Morning, Gabriel Muthuma, Nerima Wako, the awesome twosome, the dynamic duo. I tell you, you guys make a good couple if you ask me, but that's just me.
Billion is my friend. Billion is New York, New York.
Did you hear Nerima say, no. I'm just an Obama fellow. What do you say?
And Billion is a Clinton fellow, eh? Billion is the
No,
one?
Mandela.
Mandela.
My God,
Yes.
this family is just too
Man,
bright.
Wife goes to South Africa.
The other one
husband
goes
is
to
in
America.
New York.
We manage.
Yeah, but they manage. I don't
Do
think
you have
these
kids?
kids,
Do you have kids?
No.
You know,
with this kind of itinerary, they'll never have kids.
Those kids will be brilliant, huh?
Yeah?
Those kids will be
You
brilliant.
could bet, but will they ever sit down to get kids? You
Harvard,
guys-
Cambridge.
Oh yeah,
Zote.
probably.
Good.
Probably. But I hope those kids don't get to wasichome mashule. It's crazy, man.
Oh, Gabriel, you just
Really?
nailed it. No, you just nailed it.
No,
man.
seriously.
What's going on?
You see,
Highway? Is this highway?
Yeah,
that
imagine.
Yeah.
What I know for sure, these kids are incited by public teachers.
To burn for what?
Yes, there's so many underlying factors, and you never know. Probably it's entrepreneurs who will build those schools at kaching. All right.
Oh, that's not fair. That's
Oh,
not right. That's not right.
But that's what is happening, Jeff. The same kid,
Yeah.
unless you prove to me that this kid can think outside that arena, if you're burning down a school, then it should translate. When you have a disagreement with your parent, you should burn down your house.
Can you imagine?
Why are they not burning their homes?
Yeah.
Why the school is because they are getting incited.
Incited.
You try, in our times, try even. Oh, please, bring a matchbox to school.
My friend, even the thought of thought, you would be
My-
caned until the thought disappeared.
My goodness.
The thought of
Ulikuwa unachapwa na kila mtu, paka jirani, mpita njia.
Baka janitor.
Always everybody would try, would beat you up. But on a serious note,
Yeah.
I think there's serious incitement in our schools today. There's serious incitement.
Nerima, I mean, you're 30. You're younger than us. Would you ever think of burning your school?
No. I wouldn't. But also to the fact that young people are thinking of that and not thinking about the dangers of it is worrying. Or even the consequences of it is worrying. And to the fact that maybe we should look into the situation and talk to our young people. Because we do see that there's now a gap in communicating with youth. And there are different people raising them. If you talk about how young people are always on social media or their phones, who's communicating with them? Because I'm sure earlier you would have uncles and aunts concerned about your well-being, your parents. Now, no, not really, no one. And if they have the best relationship with their teachers, because that's where parents have left responsibility of raising a child,
Yeah.
of course they're going to listen to their teachers.
And now Amina's throwing them in jail.
You know what? Should have done it a long time ago. These are criminals, Jeff, for crying out loud. You know, most as parents, we need to step up. We need to support our CS. Honestly, we need to support Amina. That's the best thing. By the way, you remember the approved schools? That's where these guys should be going.
Schools.
That's where these guys
You
should be
mean
going.
they no longer exist?
Gosh, I don't recall the last one. It used to be called Amomo. I remember people used to be told you'll go to Amomo. No, on a serious note,
Approved schools.
if you can be incited, I mean, you see, our schools should not be breeding grounds for criminals. I mean, this is the reservoir for knowledge, Jeff. We cannot be getting kids out of our homes and taking them to our academic institutions for them to be turned into thugs and arsonists.
You know,
Let them carry a serious, full weight of their actions. By the way, let it be put on their school living certificates. You remember how us used to have fair,
yes,
it used to be
yes,
conduct.
yeah.
Da, da, da.
This one should be criminal.
Of Jeff, imagine your
Arsonist.
conduct. Imagine if your school living certificate had fair, not even good, had fair. You had a problem even joining college.
Absolutely.
That's what should happen. No, I mean we need to be parents, for crying out loud. This democracy, we've tried it, it's not working. Yes, we can talk to them as much as we want, but it is not working. They have moved a notch higher. Parents must move a notch higher. What they are doing is criminal. These are criminal activities. Burning down a public institution or even private, that is a crime.
And then on top of that, Nerima, the blame goes to the parents. They're being forced to now pay for the sins of the child.
Of course.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I don't know. I find this such a complicated issue. I don't think it's just about kids banning schools. I think there are major issues that we're not looking into. It's like punishing someone for acting out but not taking care of the problem. There's a problem here, obviously, but then arresting or threatening these children is not going to solve that problem.
No.
It's
no.
not. We still have the problem existing.
And you know how these kids are, right?
Yeah.
They're 16, 17, their hormones are raging. You can't tell them anything.
You see, I believe.
Narima, you can't tell them anything.
Jeff, we need.
Both boys and girls.
Most of the time, Jeff, we copy examples. We don't copy the principles, and that's everything. When it comes to matters of corruption, we like to talk about corruption. We like to deal with it in a certain way. We like the money from China. Those are very good examples. They have very good roads, very good examples, very good airports, very good. But when it comes to the principle of applying how they deal with corruption, nobody wants, because they shoot people on sight. That's how they've been able to work on corruption. In the US, these people, young kids who come to school with guns and shoot their fellow students.
Yeah.
How does the law deal with them?
Oh, the law
if
throws
they are
the
white,
book
it's
at
a
them.
mental problem.
Right.
That's how the law deals with them.
Yes.
But they're still trying to figure out what to do with
Anyway,
the
half of
system.
them, most of them don't make it out alive, so to speak,
That
because
is-
the law deals with them seriously.
Yeah.
And those that do actually probably don't see the light of day. That is what I'm talking about. We need to copy not only the methods but the principles of dealing with these young kids. We cannot all the time say parents have a problem. Listen, I am working for you to go to school. I'm taking you to school.
Yeah.
These are my expectations. All right?
Yeah.
I did not send you there to go and ban a school.
Yeah, but
and
Narima-
if you do so,
Yeah.
if you ban a school,
Yeah.
let the wheels of justice catch up with
Okay,
you.
so Narima,
Yes.
the kid looks at the parent and says, "You people are thieves. You people are conmen. You people are corrupt." You know that what
Absolutely.
they're saying. What they're imitating or
Exactly.
aping what they see their parents
Yeah,
doing.
the kids acting
You have
out
a
is
point.
actually a symptom. There's
You
a
have a
root
point.
problem. And we're not talking about the root. We're talking about the symptoms that we're seeing on this street.
But
the
you
leaves.
see, Narima, the conversation cannot start with you banning a school.
No.
Let's have that conversation before
But
that school
I
goes
like
up
what
in
Narima
flames.
is saying. The whole tree is decaying.
It's the tree.
Right.
The tree is decaying, guys. The leaves are falling off. The twigs are breaking off.
Jeff, as much as I agree with you, these are kids. All right? Our conversation cannot begin. Oh, Dad, this is your son Jeff Koinange calling. Dad, I've burnt down the school and I'm at the chief's camp.
I've been arrested.
Jeff, you'd have died before your father arrived there.
But now,
But you see, it is because you knew the kind of discipline that was going to be effective. So we need to go back and ask what happened to that discipline. I'm not saying we start kenning children.
I was
but
going
we
to say,
need
how about
ask-
corporal punishment?
Yes, but we
Let's
need
corporal
But you know
punishment.
we need
something
to
you're
ask
not
because you
talking
cannot
about.
continue like this.
something you're not talking about is that conversation we call dad, I've burnt the school. If the child is from a rich family,
Yeah.
dad would say, we'll take care of it.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
I'll send a lawyer.
I will send a lawyer. You
Oh,
ah,
then now that's
this is the society we're in.
Yeah.
Not all the kids who were in trouble in the bad gangs are going to be punished. It
Right.
depends from where you come from. And that's a societal issue. It's not necessarily the child.
You see, remember, there's an excitement of a child banning the school. Everybody wants to go home, wants to run away. Not even actually running away. You want to see it's a good thing. There's a lot of anxiety while you're doing it. A lot of excitement. But what you do not know is that it is your parent. For instance, let me just give you a scenario. One of the schools that were burnt down somewhere in Kisii. And somebody said, yes, in this school we have all kinds of students. All kinds of students. We have those from rich families. We have those from poor families. All right? If the school is burnt down and you have to rebuild it, and every parent has to pay this some kind of amount of money, who do you think will feel the pinch more? It is that poor parent. So it is incumbent upon that poor parent to talk to their child and tell them, when such a group forms and they want to put you in, kindly remember or remind them mostly your state of affairs.
Katibi Saddam Kibet, he's actually on the road right now from El Dorado to Las Vegas, right? He says, my worry is these kids are our future generation. How will they handle matters of national concern with all the rage they have in them? Narima, how are they going to do that?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is a concern for me also. If this is how youth deal with emotions and anger, and someone actually reported that they are insecure about like their education, their exams. They're actually worried about them. If that's how they deal with pressure, then we should be concerned if that's how they are going to deal with leadership when they go into being adults.
Something went wrong, guys. Something went very, very wrong. I don't know where it.
You see, the concern that gentleman has raised are the same concerns that I have. You know, you become good with time. You become good with what you try or what you practice. You become good at it. Anything you're doing, Jeff, you're advancing something. If you continue burning, remember this kid may be transferred probably from a rich family. They'll get him from this school, transfer him to another school where he'll burn it down again, transfer them to another school where they'll burn it down again.
And incite others, and
Exactly.
incite others.
But imagine this. The ministry now has a way of cutting that down. You will not be transferred.
Yeah, but in 15 years, this kid will be an MP.
But why do we talk about youth like they fall far from the tree? Like the parents are up
This
the
guy will be an
trees.
MP.
Yeah, and then
It is
senator,
true.
governor.
It's true. Those are the ones who are going to be elected.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God, this one is serious.
Thank you.
It's hot, it's smoking.
And we talk as though young people are brought up in a vessel.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they are grown up in this space that has no interference from anywhere else. Young people are learning from the habits of the adults. So
But-
they're no different.
But as much as we are talking about the adults, this is what I keep saying, Jeff. The youth are the trustees. Are the trustees.
Of the
Trustees
future.
and there's no youth
Of
in
the
the
future.
region.
Of the
Building
future.
bridges.
All right.
Yes.
I mean,
Building bridges, you see?
there's no youth in the Building Bridges initiative,
What
and you're
do you
saying,
mean?
what youth? And you're saying that the youth are the trustees of the future. That's supposed to be the future. There's no young person there.
But if this is what they are doing, if this is what they are burning down, then, I mean, at some point, this conversation has to change. This conversation has to change. They know what they are doing. That is why, Jeff, no parent has come out to say, I disagreed with my son or daughter, and they went on to burn our house. They know better. Why don't they burn their house? They know better.
Yeah, that's-
No, seriously, Nirma,
Yeah.
if you can actually get me that point across, that these kids do burn their homes when they disagree with their parents, then it's okay. We can say, you know, once you disagree with your teacher, bring the school down.
Okay, real quick, one word answers. Corporate punishment, should it be returned?
Well, I think it should.
Nerima?
Don't know.
No, I think it should. If you ask me,
I don't know.
Tafa
if it
mtu paka
helps.
ashindwe anaenda
I
wapi.
don't think
See,
it helps.
It you know what? Back in the day, we used to have very nice, you know, sayings. It takes a whole village to raise a child. I used to like that. The other thing,
Yeah.
do the road,
Don't
and
throw
spoil
out-
the road and spoil the child.
Yes, spare the rod and spoil
There-
the child.
There is a meaning as to that. There is a reason
Spare the
why
rod.
we need to bring our youth closer,
Yeah.
why we need to listen to them, why we must have candid conversations. But Jeff, I'm telling you here, and now mark the date, our conversations with our students should not begin when they have burnt down a school. There is no conversation after that. The only conversation that should be happening after that is, my son, guess what? I love you so much, but you're going to serve some jail time.
Absolutely.
No, period. That's
And
it.
again,
That's how it should be.
it comes back to approved school.
How many cases, Jeff, do you know? You lived in the US. That kids, the youth, I mean 16, 15-year-old,
Yeah.
were tried as adults.
Yeah. Oh my. So,
Why?
oh,
Ask yourself why. Yeah. We like copying examples, but we don't like applying the principles.
Or
Let's
the,
apply
con-
those
or the
principles.
consequences.
Yeah. I mean, they burnt down kids, 10, 9, was it? At Moi Nairobi?
Yeah. 9.
Yeah.
9.
You go ask those parents. Well, all of them will sign. Where do we sign the corporal punishment?
And,
back?
and all
They will
this
sign that.
allegedly because some kid didn't like the school or wanted to be transferred.
Or do you want to do an exam?
Okay, guys, that's very depressing. We didn't even talk about Weta and the other guys, huh?
Oh no! I thought we need to talk about men. Oh,
Okay.
NASA dead. It died. It's not alive anymore.
No, Mudavadi would choose to disagree with you. He says, I formed NASA. NASA's not going anywhere. NASA is here to stay.
Same guy formed Jubilee. What are you talking about? Mudavadi formed Jubilee. What are you talking about? The thing is dead. You see, you must love politicians. They do not like getting out of a sinking ship. Champ, get out. You don't have to die like a captain. The thing is going down. Jump, get out.
Nerima, is NASA dead?
Yeah.
It's
that's
dead. in the water.
It is dead.
There's nothing Kalonzo Mudavadi Wetangula can do.
You know what you say, Jeff? Houston?
We have a problem.
Here you go, man.
So what happens between, well, and you know, we're trying to avoid 2022 talk, but let's face it, there is no opposition in this country anymore. Opposition is dead.
It is dead. Actually, I think opposition sometimes sounds confused because they sound like they're in government.
Yes.
It's a little bit fuzzy right now. But
Very.
I think it's a good time for opportunity. For new people to now come up and say, you know what, we're going to be the people who criticize government when they're wrong and also commend them when they've done right. So I think it's also a good thing. It's all good.
And when you see Moses Kuria show up in Kisumu City and get a rousing
Yes.
welcome,
Moses Kuria is sending signals everywhere, man. That guy, that son of Gatondo South. No, look. Today is with BP and this last today.
It was with Baba.
Man, he's supporting the handshake. You have to give it to Moses Kuria, man. That guy is he's out of this world. He's out of this world. You must like him, man, the way he does things.
Yeah.
He's out of this world. He's out of this. I mean, I saw him. Yeah, then I saw him and where is it? Mashamaji Derby.
Yes.
Where was it?
the derby, yeah.
Yeah, at the Derby. Yeah, and I was like, okay, now we're actually a Gor Mahia the guy. Yeah.
Nerima, interesting times, eh?
Oh, too interesting.
Interesting.
Too interesting. It's so early though. Like, what are we gonna do for the next 4 years if it's already this hyped up?
This is our
It's
gospel.
drama.
This is our religion.
Gosh.
Let's face it, it's our religion.
I'm telling you.
But bottom line, guys, this DPP, our good friend Haji, is he gonna make it? Is he gonna manage?
I'm going to manage. He's already managing it.
You think so?
He's already managing it. You see, the issue, what I've seen, there's a change that I've seen, and you have to give the president this for actually, moving out, saying, we can work on this corruption. It's just like Kibaki. What Kibaki showed us is that it can be done, and the president is just telling us it can be done, Jeff. When he was very serious when he removed the DCI, brought it in Kinoti. He was very serious when he removed the Attorney General, brought in somebody else. He was very serious when he removed Keriako Tobacco, brought in Nordin. All right, now. We need serious prosecutors, and I think Nordin is doing that. He's bringing in serious prosecutors who can actually get watertight cases, because half of the time that's where our cases were going wrong. You find somebody has been caught in corruption, but he's walked out free. So Nordin has actually put in the hours and the experience in it. So let's see what comes out. And the guy comes from the intelligence background.
Yes, he
so
does.
this is not somebody you can take in, and you can just take him for a ride.
No.
Look at the Roraka thing has refused to end.
It's not going away anytime
Even
soon.
in the INYS, it's not ending.
No.
But something.
Some people are going down. But okay, if Roraka Land, let's say, according to one of the stories, if 10 CSs are allegedly involved in this, what should happen to them? Should they be all fired? Should the boss?
Firing
Yes.
firing was where we used to run, Nerima.
And
Firing.
convicted.
Thank you.
And
Not only
convicted.
firing, convicted. Just the day we see people spending serious.
So half the
jail
cabinet should be removed if they are involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one done.
Sindio, we're talking.
Yeah.
There are other
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
Let them
Then
go
they-
have, at least share this Karumu with this beautiful girl, man. Oh, Ruth Wanjiku.
man.
Death penalty. But somebody was telling me once you're sentenced to death, actually that messes up your psychology.
Correct.
Because now these goons don't tell you when they're going to execute you.
Correct.
Imagine
And psychologically, I mean, it doesn't hit you until you're in that remote cell awaiting.
And I hear the wardens don't make it easier for you as well. They keep telling you, hey, boys, you're doing as a communication.
We don't have a hangman, Gabriel.
That's what they say.
Someone's been applying for that job. They can't find the real person. I mean, the right person.
I know people who can do it.
Your cousins.
Oh, yes. I don't. Oh, man. I know people who can do it. They live in Kamaiko.
One more note, Katebi Saddam Kibet, who had tweeted earlier on his way from Eldoret to Nakuru, he says, for your information, I'm a teacher. And he says, last week my boys attempted to burn the dorm in our school. When we called for a meeting, they said they are bored with school life.
Something is wrong with our youth.
Now,
Good.
what I tell you.
They
No,
are
Jeff.
bored.
Thank you, teacher. Actually, thank you for saying this. This guy,
He nailed it?
should continue. Oh,
He nailed it?
Jeff, would that have been a conversation with you and your dad? Ati dad nimechoka na shule. No, let's get serious. You see, parents, guys, we need to up our game.
My mother once drove my brother and I to the gates of an approved school. I think there's one in Kiambu, right?
Yes.
To the gates.
Yes.
And then we were screaming for forgiveness and begging her to do a U-turn. I'm telling you, I just remembered when you said approved school earlier on, and there was a chill that just went down my spine.
Exactly.
Because I remember.
We all went through these phases.
They say they are bored with school because they don't have their phones, they don't have their Instagram or their whatever thing, their shimmy or whatever, their big PlayStation thing. Oh, good.
Man, my mom would have removed your back. Scratched it out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You'd have thought it was a mob justice and it's just one person beating you. Oh my, that's all the nonsense you'd have brought. Ati your mom nimechoka na shule. Udu. You see, it goes back to parents. I mean, it's coming from a teacher. Honestly.
A teacher.
Boys come and you say we are burning down the school because you are bored.
With school life.
Of course. Yeah, oh, Chief's camp. Oh, that was a daily occurrence, man. Mtaani, you would see parents. Yes. If you can't go to school, then you can't stay in Mtaani, you have to go to the Chief's camp.
And what did you do at the Chiefs camp?
My friend, there's a cell.
Oh!
It's not in the cell with guys who are smoking, guys who've been drinking changa the whole. Jeff, this was not a conversation. I mean, oh man, I'm glad the teacher told me
Mwalimu
about
has
it.
just nailed it, huh?
That conversation, you'd not have had it in our days.
No, it was
So what do we need to do? If not corporal punishment.
Nerima Wako, closing thoughts, please.
It's not even about beating. If someone can say that, that means what are they saying to their parents? So that
Beat
means
the parents as well.
I mean, there's an issue going on, and that
Yes.
means how are we raising our children? Are they being raised, or is it just the social media and technology that's raising them? And
Jeff,
that's the problem.
The closing thoughts are coming.
We love our children.
Nerima, closing thoughts.
Have a good week.
And welcome back from the land of Madiba.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the Obama Fellowship.
Thank you.
God. How many Kenyans?
20,
And overall Africans?
200.
Are they going to build a campus here or anything like that? Or you
I
don't
don't know. There were actually 10,000 applications. So we're the 200 that made it. Imagine.
Gabriel and I are too old for that.
For what? No, we can join in, Jeff. Yeah.
We can mentor.
And by the way, look at this. Today is on Daily Nation too. Jails teeming with young offenders. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, Jeff. Yeah.
Gabriel,
Very
closing
quickly.
thoughts.
No, I think first of all, Jeff, this Mao issue, I think we need to bring it to an end. The leadership should actually work around it to bring it to an end. If I was asked, I would talk about community leaders going to solve this thing, not politicians. Politicians, they just have a way of looking out votes. You saw Gedi there yesterday, and the day before.
Yes.
All the thing was talking about is
It's votes.
2022. We just need to.
And nobody
be voting.
cares about the 40,000 families
No.
that Nerima was
No.
talking about.
No.
Nobody gives a damn. Let's face it.
We need to divorce politics out of it, Jeff, and we'll see clearly. Same way, same logic that was applied in Aberdares and Mount Kenya.
Yeah.
I mean, you may remember Kibaki talking very well to the people back in
Yes.
back in the day,
Yes.
and people listened. I mean, any self-respecting human being who cares about the environment will know what the government is trying to do.